Hey guys, I'm Sarah Kate. I make motherhood and lifestyle videos every week, so if you're into those types of videos, please hit subscribe below. If you've been here for a while, you know that I have a premature baby who was born with chronic lung disease. He was on oxygen for the majority of the first year of his life. And in today's video, I want to share with you some of my favorite tips and tricks on traveling with the oxygen equipment and all the supplies that comes with it, because it can be a lot and it can definitely be overwhelming. So I want to share with you some of the tricks that I learned from trial and error to save you the aches and pains of trying to figure out how to do it all yourself. One of the first things I want to say is thank God those shorts that I wore in this video are retired, because girl, those were bad. When I shot this video, it was back when we had oxygen equipment, so it was a while ago, and I was in the midst of, postpartumness and just getting through day to day. So please ignore the hot mess that I am in this video. Let's talk traveling really quick. First of all, I didn't have to do any traveling other than going to doctor's appointments because my baby wasn't allowed. He has chronic lung disease due to prematurity, which is why he's on oxygen. So he wasn't allowed to go anywhere. Even if I wanted to bring him out to like a walk in the park or something, I couldn't do it. So the only traveling I did do was to doctor's appointments, and there was quite a few, because he would have his pediatrician, he would have his pulmonologist, he has a surgeon doctor because he's going to need surgery at some point for something. So just having a newborn, you tend to have a lot of doctor's appointments anyways. So that is what I want to go over. If you're like me, I like to try to plan things out as much as possible. That way you're not as stressed out the day of. My cat is moving around my camera right now. Come on, cat. First thing is you want to pack your diaper bag, which is what all moms do anyways, is, you pack your diaper bag, diapers, whatever, extra outfits, whatever you need to bring. So if you have a baby that's on oxygen, you obviously have so much more stuff you need to bring with you. With my flow meter, I was approved to take him off oxygen for, a couple minutes if I needed to. If I needed to give him a bath, if I needed to, for instance, taking him somewhere, unplug his cannula, the outtake to the airflow, I was able to do that. So I would undo his cannula from the flow meter, and then I would kind of just take all of his cord. And what I would suggest doing here as well is make sure, if you have a longer cord like the 26-foot one, to swap it out to the shortest one possible. So I would go back to my 6-foot cord for traveling. You do not want to have to correctly wind this all up and be able to put it into your stroller, find a spot for it. Sometimes it would fall out of my I made the mistake of doing that one time, and it gets tangled very easily. Fell out of my stroller, and my stroller ran over, and then I tripped on it. It was a whole mess. So don't do that. Go to your shortest cord possible for your oxygen machine. So make sure you swap that one out. So then I would just pack my cannula, or it would already be on my baby, and I would kind of wind that up while he was in his car seat. I'll try to show you that if I remember. Also have to travel with your machine that reads. I'm going to turn this off so it stops beeping, but you're going to have to unplug it from the wall. And mine, I just have to, roll up nicely. And then there's this cool little pocket that's built in that you would stick that into. So that was pretty convenient. I really liked that piece of this equipment, that I could just kind of neatly place the cord that goes into the wall. And then the other piece of this, I'm already tangled up in this stuff, you guys. The other piece of this is what you connect to your baby. So this would already be on your baby. And these usually come with these connectors, and you can unplug them here. And so at this point, I, could go load this piece of equipment in my car. I could just pick this up and go put it in my car by itself. And then this is the probe sensor that's going to be on your baby's foot or toe. So that could also stay on him, and I would just keep that cord in his car seat with him at this point. So he still has his probe sensor on his foot. He still has his cannula on his face. He's just not plugged into his machines right now, just for the few minutes while you get all your equipment ready and get it into the car and all set up. It has a cord on the side here that plugs in, so you would just undo this. This is the piece that goes to the oxygen machine, our equipment, and it is a travel bag. So this guy, what's inside here is a car charger, and this is for the actual oxygen machine itself. So if you're traveling, I think this holds about a 2-hour charge on its own, so I don't have to have it plugged in all the time. But it'll last about 2 hours traveling. And at some doctor's visit, it takes much longer than that, and it would run out, so I'd have to plug it into the wall, or I would have to plug it in on my car ride home. So I always kept that in my bag, so I would never forget it when I was leaving. And then I would add in the wall charger for that into this bag, and took it with me to my appointments just in case you need to plug it in. You have this and this, you can go ahead and bring that out to your car and get that set up.
I dare you dig a little deeper. It makes you feel a little stronger. Who knows what you may find? You'll see it in your own time. It might just take a little longer. It all goes by so slowly. Ooh, you waited your whole life. Your days turn into nights. Now let the river flow deep into.
Okay, one thing I thought was worth mentioning is make sure that you include your purse and your cell phone in your diaper bag, and just have a safe place for your keys, whether it's in your pocket. I always kept them on me in my pocket, or I have like a little key ring that I can put on my pant loop. So I always had them on me at all times. You're going to be going in and out of your car quite a bit to unload or load and then unload once you get there. So just a tip, make sure you have your purse and your phone in your diaper bag. It's two less things that you have to remember to carry with you, and it's already in your diaper bag. So let's go over when you get to your appointment and you're unloading your car. I'm going to show you guys a couple of tips that I did that helped me. First thing was I grabbed my stroller out of the car first and assembled it. And one of the good features about my stroller is it has this little compartment underneath. And I was just lucky enough to choose this stroller before having my baby, and it just happened to come with that, and it came in very handy with having to deal with all of this stuff. So I would grab this out of my car first, my flow meter, and this guy is going to go under here. Now remember to have the shortest amount of cord as possible. I didn't swap mine out this time just because I didn't feel like it. Just for the sake of showing you guys this video. And also it's kind of hard to unplug, so I normally have my husband do that for me, and he's not here right now. But just pretend that you have your shorter cord with you, and you would put your flow meter in here if you have a flow meter. I mean, you may not have to worry about that at all. So I pulled that out of my car, and it is still connected to your oxygen machine. So you would pull this out of your car third. So stroller, flow meter, actual oxygen machine, which is very heavy, and I'm already starting to be out of breath. Plus you're adding in like the anxiety of being late to your appointment if you're like me and you drive very carefully. And I still leave in plenty of time. So oxygen and heart rate machine kind of in front of the flow meter, so that I would have the screen pointing outwards of the stroller. So I would be standing on the side of the stroller, push the basket underneath in order to get this in, play around with this stuff. And you probably have different equipment. You probably have a different stroller. So you guys would find a way that works best for you. But hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing here and adapt some of the tips into your own way of doing things. So now that I have my sensor in there, I now have the cord for my baby. So I'm just going to kind of wrap that around the handles up here so that it's accessible. Next, I'm going to grab my baby out of the car. We're pretending he's in there. He's not in there right now. Then what I would do is I would connect his cannula cord to the flow meter, and then connect his pulse meter to this one. And I have these nice little slots on the side here that'll actually hold cords in perfectly. I don't know if you can see that, but it kind of kept them very organized during transport. So at this point, I have all my equipment out. All I have to do is grab my travel bag with my extra charging cords and throw this guy on my back. And having a diaper bag that's a backpack has been such a lifesaver.
You are moving with emotion, let the river flow. Can you hear it whisper? It goes by so slow, like a solitary drifter.
So I hope you guys liked this video. If you found that you got some value out of it, please share this video with somebody you know that may also find value from this video. And thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will catch you on my next video. Bye.